There you go. Excellent.
But we're off.
Okay,
Yeah,
put a
I
thumbs
got
up.
the notice that you're recording, so we're good to go.
It's my thumb. Yeah, we're good to go. Yeah.
Okay. Calling to order the February 8th, 2022 meeting of the Board of Fire Commissioners of the Cotuit Fire District. Present on Zoom only, Commissioner Pisano,
Commissioner Conley,
Commissioner Zace,
Chief Small is also in attendance,
I'm here,
Do
Chief
it.
Small's here.
and first order of business is public comment. Looks like we have Fran and some representatives at the station. Anything in the chat or email?
No emails, nothing in the chat presently.
Very good. Let's go on to review and approval of the previous minutes. We have in the file a revised version of last meeting's minutes. The first version that was circulated left out the whole first part where we were introduced to the two finalists and took a vote. The transcriber wasn't sure that that was to be included as part of the regular minutes. So the second draft you saw included the synopsis of that portion of the meeting. Have you both had a chance to look at that revised version?
yes.
I have not. I am pulling that right now. Looks like it just came up. Moved a motion to forward chief position to go into the. Apologize, gentlemen, for just reading this now. I'm just seeing the revised version. I had read the original.
Yep.
So we should not move forward after positions. Okay, yes, I am all set. Thank you very much.
All right, any changes or edits, problems with it? Then I move we accept them as corrected.
Second,
Favor, Pisano,
Conley.
Zace,
thank you, gentlemen. Chief, you want to pick up the chief's report? You have to unmute. There we go.
Unmuted we are. So short, thank you. This is run report for January. Like as you can see, 65 total responses, 36 medical calls, 5 hazardous material conditions, and 24 other good intent calls. That includes 1 trip to Falmouth during the blizzard. I'm not sure if that was in January or February. I met it this quick because some information came up today, though. This is it's under the administration. We are going to begin programming 20 of the portable radios that the district got under the grant. We're going to begin that process tomorrow. Representative from the county sheriff's office will be here. We're going to begin processing that. So there should be 20 new portables, replacing 20 old portables. Hopefully we can have those out by the weekend to everybody. Training, there's an ice cold water drill scheduled for Saturday, February 12th. Going to start here at 9 o'clock. It depends on if it's an ice drill, it'll be one. If there's ice, it'll be an ice drill. It'll be at the town dock. If there's no ice, it'll be more of a cold water drill, and we'll have to find an appropriate place to do that. I can forward you the email on that if you would like. Pro EMS report on that. Pro
Chief,
EMS. Sure, Kev, go ahead.
Chief. Yeah, I would appreciate if you could forward me that email so I can
Sure.
get into the calendar.
Yep.
Thanks.
As far as the Pro EMS report, that data is online. You have that. No change in the IOD. That individual's got a doctor's appointment on the 16th and hopes to have good news on that particular date. As far as 262 is concerned, we talked about the air and the oxygen leaks. They were fixed. We were able to fix the oxygen leak based on some input from especially vehicles. They were very helpful. The painting for the facilities has been scheduled. That's going to commence on the 15th of this month. I have to add one correction to what I had mentioned last meeting about doors being delivered. There was a little bit of a miscommunication. That project is already completed. So I had some different information, but that project is done. But the painting is scheduled to commence on the 15th. They anticipate maybe 2 or 3 days at the most. And that's all that I have.
Chief, I had asked last time and I was not clear. Was the floor repaired? There was an area of the new flooring that had started to lift and the installer was supposed to come back, and I did not get the follow-up on whether that was done.
I don't believe that's been done. I'll dig into that tomorrow. Right.
Okay, great. Thank you. Under old business, we are looking to you, Kevin, I guess, for an update of the status of the chief candidacy and contract.
Thank you. We have had some developments along those lines. The candidate we had been moving forward with, Eric Sabatinelli, has withdrawn his name from consideration. As a result, we are looking at, and I will be looking to the board tonight, putting a motion forward to begin conversations with the run-up candidate, I guess would be the best term, which would be Sean Brown. And what I would like to do tonight is put a motion forward that we move forward with him, gauge his interest in moving forward, and begin contract negotiations.
I'll second that motion. Discussion.
He returns from vacation Monday, you said, right, Kev?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. No other discussion. Call the vote.
Did we have, did we have do we have a second to the motion?
I seconded it.
You seconded. Thank you. Okay.
In favor? Pisano?
Zace?
Conley?
Unanimous. Okay, so we're going forward with
Matter of procedure here. Do we
Yeah.
have any, we're good constituted what we did as far as negotiations. So the committee that had been voted in place is still solid. No need to take any action on that. Is that correct?
that's correct. Not until they are done their job and we have a
Okay.
candidate signed.
Got it. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Two items that I wanted to touch base quickly on. The first is real simple. The draft of the annual report has been forwarded to the clerk for review and editing. I have not gotten anything back from him. If I don't hear from him soon, I'll put out a feeler to find out if there are no problems, and that'll become our submission. The second thing is what I was alluding to, asking to have available your information about the draft budget. I had held off presenting a formal draft because I had hoped to have the opportunity to sit with a new chief to go over it ahead of the prudential meeting where we will be asked to present it. Since that does not look like it's going to happen, I would like you over the next interval. Let's see, today is the
Yeah.
today's the 8th. We have until the 21st. Fran, you're here. When's is the next prudential that I present is that the 21st or the 28th? You're still muted.
The 28th.
The 28th. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Then what I'd like is, if necessary, we can call a meeting late in the week ahead of that to go over a draft for my presentation. But the working model that I had circulated previously The only 2 points that I wanted to inquire about for your discussion, and this does not require a motion because we'll have to end up approving something before I go to Prudential. I want you to have the chance to think it over. The 2 things where I used for expenses based on having
Rick, can I
done-
interrupt? Can I interrupt you
Yeah.
real quick? Is it, and I would like to hear what you're saying, but is it possible for you to share your screen and show that spreadsheet as you're talking through it?
I don't know how to do that, Kevin.
Okay,
It's becoming quite clear. I'm going to have to learn. The
On
the
that's
assumption.
fine. Just- Yep,
Okay.
good.
But I will resend the draft to both of you. And so what I'm asking you to just look at and think about, in addition to anything else that you might have questions about, but the operative assumption I used for inflation going forward was 3%, based on interviewing actually 2 economists I know who told me that for a fiscal year starting in July 1st and going forward, that's probably a reasonable set of assumptions for a working model. But the second very specific question I had was, in that draft, we took a proposed budget for a chief's salary and duplicated what had been there for fiscal year 22, our current year. We will probably not expend all of 22's funds, but it's because of the unusual circumstances that we're in right now. My proposal would be to consider putting a 3% kick on that salary figure for fiscal 23 to give us some latitude as we move forward in trying to negotiate a contract with the candidate. And what are your feelings about that?
I think what you're describing relative to putting some additional funding in place out there is absolutely logical. And I will admit completely, I have not talked to an economist. However, based on the way things are right now, 3% seems extremely low to me. I'm not saying we shouldn't use that number. I'm just saying at this, where I see things, and I'm fearful that it's going to be higher than that. And I'd hate to see it put ourselves in a position that we're chasing it. So I'll do a little bit more research into that conversation. I'll take a look at the spreadsheet, but my gut tells me that 3% is a little bit low.
Well, I appreciate your concern. That's what I've been wrestling with this since I first started working with it with the chief. And it is, as I said, based on canvassing a couple of people I know, plus my own reading, I do think that there are some forces in play that are going to bring it, the rate of inflation back down to a more modest level by the second half of calendar year 23, which, and remember, our fiscal year will roll all the way out through the first half of calendar 24.
Right.
But I'm open to discussion about it. I just wanted to put those 2 notions in front of you.
Sure.
And I think we're going to have to schedule a brief meeting ahead of the 28th
I agree.
to bring a draft forward and go over it and be all together with it before I go in on the 28th to present it to Prudential. Wouldn't you agree,
I would concur with that.
Adam?
All right, I'll think about that. I have some input that I'll share with you guys through the email, but yeah, we can do all that.
Okay, while we're on that, then if I can ask you to look at your calendars. Would either Tuesday, the 22nd or Thursday, the 24th, be a time when we could have what would hopefully be a relatively brief meeting to address this one topic.
Yeah,
Tuesday, 26th.
22nd, right?
Tell you what I'd like to do, what I would suggest we do is hold both those dates. My suggestion, Rick, and if Adam is okay with it, if we hold both those dates, we may have other things, and we obviously have to post it as appropriate. We might have other things to talk about besides that on either one of those dates.
Right, sure.
I'm thinking positively
that's-
about that.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. If we tentatively, if we don't nail down a date, but hold time on both of those days, we have the option if the difference would be the Thursday date, that we would get to do some other important business. That would be a good thought. I could do 5:30 or 6 o'clock either of those days. I can put the hold on it.
Later is better for me. So this
Later. Oh, right. Yeah, you're in a different time zone out there.
makes it 4 o'clock for me, makes it a little easier. But
Okay, so
Give me that again. I'm missing that. What is it? make it
Adam's
easy?
asking that we do it at the 6 o'clock, hold the 6 o'clock hour for him.
Good for that.
Okay, good. Then I'll hold both of those dates on my calendar as well. And we'll circulate as we get closer, nail one down. Chief, you may be pressed in service again this month to run a Zoom meeting. Now that you've done it once, you're an old pro. Maybe in the interim, you could also teach me.
My skill set's evolving every minute, getting better.
Excellent.
go.
That you should be paying us, Chief.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
Couple of comments, Chief. I want to thank you very much. I'm sure the other commissioners agree with me. Getting everything fixed on 262 and getting the painting going. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it's
Certainly, my
been
pleasure.
really helpful to have you be able to move things forward on an ongoing basis so that we're not losing ground during this process. That's great. I don't have any other business. Either of you?
No.
I do not, sir. I have making a motion. We adjourn.
Well, let's first check with the chief. Any other public comment come in?
No, sir, no public comment.
Very good. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
As stated,
Seconded.
Second.
In favor, Pisano.
Conley.
Base.
Have a good couple of weeks, gentlemen. We'll be in touch.
Downstairs.
You too.
Thank you, chief.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Chief. Bye.
Certainly.